All right, welcome back to another episode of Applied History. We're here today with Nate Sylvia of American Renaissance, and we're going to start with just a big picture overview of the different tools and products that Nate's going to be using to help restore this Victorian door. There's three different styles of preparation that is really the main focus of this series. But he'll also tell us a little bit about the type of paint that he uses and why. So Nate, can you start with this paint stripper?
Sure. So this is a chemical strip. It usually removes about a half dozen layers at a time.
Wow.
It's time consuming. It's a little stinky.
Yeah.
But it's safe because it keeps dust down.
Okay.
So everyone likes that. It can raise the grain on the wood, so there might be a little extra sanding that goes along with using the chemical stripper.
Okay.
Next up.
But that's good for primarily detail-oriented spaces.
Mostly detail-oriented spaces. If someone wants something perfect, you need to remove 100% of the lead or of the paint.
So for a lot of, this is perfect for doors or for any kind of molding where...
Right. You wouldn't want to do a whole house with it.
Right.
I mean, you could, but...
But for that, those ornamental, hard to get spaces.
Right. The small, really detailed areas.
Cool, got it. All right, and then we're kind of going from the most modern to the most old school, but I see this mechanical device on the table. Tell me about that.
So heat is another way to remove paint. Heat guns were always used.
Okay.
Heat guns are a little intense. They create a lot of smoke.
Okay.
Especially working with lead.
Okay.
You're making lead smoke. So you want to keep that
frowned upon by OSHA.
Frowned upon. So this is infrared.
Okay.
So this heats it up to a point where the paint loosens, but it doesn't smoke.
Okay.
So that's a much safer way. We still like to use the mask. You don't have to go this intense with the mask. But not a bad idea.
And you guys are lead paint certified, I understand.
We are lead paint certified, right.
So
we don't abate lead, but we're good to work with.
Especially trained on how to work with it, which we'll get into on our next episode. If you're afraid you may or may not have lead paint, Nate's going to tell us all about how he handles it when he comes across it. So stay tuned for our next episode too. But infrared can be another great way to remove paint without being intrusive.
Multiple layers at once.
Okay.
But again, it's time consuming. You can only do that small section at a time.
Why would you, so compare and contrast, why would you use infrared versus a stripper?
I think infrared would be better. It takes more layers off at once. The chemical used to be better, but now they're all environmental, so they're not the same.
Without that ingredient,
the
that
methylene chloride,
methylene,
right, which isn't good for anyone, but it really worked.
But it worked well. Got it.
It worked really well.
And so now you're kind of so they're both kind of meant for ornamental detail stripping, right? Okay. Both could work, but now you're saying this is a little more effective in your opinion.
A little more effective, but definitely just as slow.
Okay.
You need to put it on. You need to wait a couple minutes. Then you need to work with it.
Okay.
Put it back on. So doing the whole door could take hours.
So again, just two different techniques. Either one could be very user friendly for your average homeowner in Newburyport. All right, and then sometimes, the devil's in the details. This is obviously the oldest method, but show us about the specific tools that you like to use and how you get going.
We always start with carbide scrapers.